Yo, Still Mills, what's the deal, man? I'm sick as a dog. My daughter got me sick. Man, it's been a hell of a 2 weeks, man. This has been an adventurous 2 weeks. I tell you the truth, man. I ain't really been feeling like talking and making no videos and nothing like that. But it's something that I saw that I had to speak on, man. So let's get into it. So peep game, man. I'm gonna say this, like, and maybe I think I did a video saying this before, but I'm gonna say it again, man. All of the energy that people are putting into David Morrell, they need to transfer that energy into Osleys Iglesias. That dude is the goods, man. I just watched the fight with him and Vladimir Shishkin, and he got the stoppage in 8 rounds. Man, look, David Morrell is a product of PBC matchmaking, and when he was fighting the fighters that he was fighting on those cards, it was you know, he was showing to be like, oh shit, he about to be that next nigga that's up. And you know, he looked good, you dig, but the thing was, it wasn't with the who's and the factors in the division, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, you know, you're supposed to go in here and look good against these dudes, you know what I'm saying? And the minute he stepped up, now what was dope about him is he chased David Benavidez up to the next division. I thought that was dope. Got a nice little fight in with Kalajic, and you can make an argument that Kalajic won that fight. Clearly got dominated by David Benavidez, and then I personally think he lost the fight against Katayev. I don't know what's going on with this dude, whether he's looking to change trainers or whatever, getting away from Ronnie Shields. Maybe that's a good, maybe that's the, maybe he needs that change. Maybe that's what he, you know, the kick in the ass that he needs to rocket propel him to the next level. But what I've been seeing in the last 3 fights, I'm just not convinced. And even when he was at super middleweight, everybody was trying to deem him as this, you know, one of the top 2 dudes in the division. And I'm like, haven't beaten who? You know what I'm saying? Like, haven't beaten who? How? You know, how y'all have this high stock of this nigga? You know what I'm saying? This early. So I just thought that was real weird. I thought that was real weird. And but what's dope about him is his style, man. He doesn't have the traditional Cuban style. He has a traditional movement of a Cuban school fighter, but you know, he's a dude who likes to fight as well. You dig? I'm saying, you know, just this version of Cuban fighters. They're not the Rigondeaux. They're not the Lauras. You know, like, they're not those style. That's nah, bro. These dudes who's looking to put punches together and make it an entertaining fight. They coming to fight. They ain't just coming to dance on you. You dig? That's in their repertoire, but they're coming to fight. You dig? So I think a lot of these cats are officially trying to cross over and break the, you know, the mold of a Cuban boxer on a professional level over here in America. So that's something that I can dig about him, man. But just his approach to the, you know, to the fight or whatever, I'm just like, I'm not sold on him, bro. I'm not sold on him. At first I was like, yeah, then I'm like, nah. I seen after the Kalajic fight, I was like, nah, homie, nah. You dig? Nah. And then after the Katayev fight, that all but sealed it for me, because I'm like, there's just no reason why your offense should be going this mute, like you just look confused and lost in there. You dig? He was used to fighting dudes to where he could just impose his will on them, put whatever punches he wanted to put together on them together, and he was able to get rid of them. You dig? And if not get rid of them, just stun on them for the entirety of the fight. And that worked up until it didn't. The minute you got in front of somebody who was able to give you resistance, I don't want to say you crumbled, but it really showed where your mental stability was at, as far as the ability to make fight, you know, in fight adjustments, and you know, be a little bit more dynamic and unpredictable with your offense. I think that's his biggest Achilles heel to me, is just when he, when he's putting punches together and he may get you with something or whatever, he may sneak a shot in or whatever. The minute you make an adjustment to that combination, you know, or that pattern, his offense goes mute, and it takes him a multitude of rounds to be innovative enough to try another approach of an attack. I've noticed that, and I just think that, nah, man, this dude needs more. This dude needs more development. Like, he should be being developed like how Osleys Iglesias is being, developed. Because what I'm seeing from him, I'm seeing the ability to finish him off, fuck off, the killer instincts. I'm I'm seeing signature combinations from him, man. The 2-3, the or the 3-2. My fault. The right hook with the left hand coming behind it. I see a lot of that. He has a devilish left. He has a devilish right hook. I just see a lot more versatility from him, and just the body work is there. You dig? Just his ability to impose his will on you, the ability to get put the shot on the target where it needs to be. I see a lot more upside from Osleys Iglesias than I do with David Morrell, man. And this is the fighter. I see Iglesias becoming a champion. I don't see David Morrell, and when I say champion, I mean legitimately taking the belt from as a contender from another champion. I don't see David Morrell becoming a champion up at 175 pounds, because that's a better BF retires. You still got Bivol to deal with. Clearly, you can't beat David Benavidez. You got Anthony Yard up there, Joshua Buatsi, Callum Smith, Willie Hutchinson, Dan Aziz. You got a multitude of fighters up there that you got to deal with. Ramos, you got a multitude of fighters up there that you got to deal with. And I'm seeing you go through the gears with a Imam Katayev. And this is a dude with, his 10th fight? What are you going to do when you get in front of there with these seasoned vets? So I don't see him getting no belt. I don't see him winning the belt off of none of them cats. He can get a vacant, work his way up to a fucking sneeze, man. Work his way up to a mandatory status and take a belt off a champion that way. But taking a belt off a legitimate sitting world champion, I just don't see it. I just don't see it, man. So I don't know what getting away from Ronnie Shields can do for him. Maybe that is the change that he needs, but sometimes it ain't the trainer. Sometimes it's just just you. Sometimes it's just you. Sometimes it's just you not what you not what you panned out to be. You're not. Or you just need more seasoning. And I personally think he needs more seasoning, man. But I do like the caliber of opposition that he's been in front of. But it's just the fact that you fought the cats that you fought when you wasn't necessarily ready to deal with them. And had he had fought Radovaya Kalajic and had some really good fights at 168 pounds, he could have possibly did a much better job against Radovaya Kalajic. But because your offense is just no versatility in your offense, he just started countering your patterns. Jab was gone, spamming right hooks and everything, man. It's like, yo, bro, just what the fuck? I think he's a good fighter, but when I look at him, I'm like, yo, man. So all the stock that y'all have in David Morrell, y'all need to put it in Osleys Iglesias. Y'all need to put that into put all that energy into him. He's fighting in 12 rounders now. Vladimir Shishkin has been in with Eric Basinyan, and he's been in with William Skull. I don't think either one did Eric Basinyan stop. I don't think he stopped Shishkin. I think they went 12. And Eric Basinyan is a legitimate top 10 fighter in the division. This dude is ready for he's officially ready for championship status, dog. He's ready to get in there. If not champions, then he's ready to get in there with the Jaime Munguias, the Lester Martinezes, the Christian Mobilis, the Diego Pachecos. He's ready to get in there with all of them dudes, man. If you can't get him them, if you can't get him there, all right, give him Plant, give him Bekdamir, give him a Foljam. Shit, give him, all right, go Edward Berlanga. Go give him Edward. Nah, he'll fuck Edward. He'll fuck Edgar up. He'll fuck Edward up. Resendez, he's ready for these dudes. He's ready. He's ready for these dudes. He's ready. He's legitimately ready. Put it like that. I like what I'm seeing more from him. I like what I've seen from him in the now, as opposed to what I've been seeing from Diego Pacheco. Because I don't think Diego Pacheco, unless he shows me something different in his next fight, I'm not seeing no killer instinct from Diego Pacheco. I'm not seeing that. I just did not. I was real disappointed in what I saw with him in his last fight with fucking Trevor McCumbee. I'm like, just put some punches together, man. He's there to be hit. You're hitting him. You're clipping him consistently. Put some punches together. He just wanted to work behind the jab. Like, all right, cool. So now what happens this is why I'm like, yo, bro, just I don't know. I think with him, he was really, when he has a big puncher in front of him, I just think he doesn't like his space crowded. We saw that with Steven Nelson. He don't like his space crowded. So if he can, he'll just keep you at the edge of his jab. But what happens when someone takes that jab away from you? They have the ability to come up on that, come in low on the entry and explode on you. Close the distance, close the gap that way. Now they all in your chest. What happens when you have that? Or what happens when you have somebody that has decent size, decent height and can get the shot to the target and ain't got to, go through all the gears and hell and high water to get past the fucking length that you got? I see that. I see that problem with Diego Pacheco. I see that problem. I see that. I see it in the now. So I feel like Osleys Iglesias is ready for all of them dudes. He's ready for all of them dudes. He is. He is, man. Good feet, good defense, a nice balance of offense and defense. Because I think, just for years that's been lost in translation up here in America. It's been a, defensive first fight. Nah, man, you need a counterbalance between the two of them. So I like what I'm seeing from bruh. I like what I'm seeing from bruh. That is the nigga that y'all need to put y'all energy to. And Andy Cruz, of course. You dig what I'm saying? So it's time to get off the David Morrell train, at least in the now. Let him develop a little bit more. Maybe the trainer that he got or that he's going to seek or whatever for the Callum Smith fight, if they actually do get that fight over the line. Let's see what he can do in that fight with the new trainer. But in the now, nah. He's not a trash fighter. I'm not saying that. It's just he's not the caliber of fighter that he was made out to be. That's just a fact. Osleys Iglesias is where it's at as far as Cuban fighters are concerned. And Andy Cruz. Them two. David Morrell ain't it. Not right now, at least. And I don't see, there's no disrespect. It's just, nah. I think Osleys Iglesias fucked their, woo, man. Let me chill before I jump out of pocket. But I say all that to say this, what I've been saying, man. Osleys Iglesias is the dude that y'all need to put y'all energy to, man, as far as fighters from Cuba. And that's all I got to say about it, man. Damn good win against Shishkin. I'm ready to see what's next, youngin'. I'll get with y'all later. Deuces.